What are we looking for here? We're looking for show all non-blank golf information. And this is critical. The not operator together with an empty cell means not empty. What are we talking about? Brad Williams, XL Prime. Let me explain. We have many operators. What are operators? Well, here we have the less than and greater than sign. Equals to. Right here says the not operator. This is the not operator. Not equal to. The not equals to. Not operator together with the empty cell means not empty. Not empty. If we remove the two quotes, it's going to say, all right, let's go down here. Let me just clarify this. Here's the critical factor in this entire filter arrangement. It is this operator. Let's just go down here. XL not equal to operator. In Microsoft Excel, the less than and greater than symbol is used as the not equal to operator. It is commonly used formula and function to compare two values and return a logical value, true or false. Here in this example, Excel cell not empty. In Microsoft Excel, the greater than, less than, greater than, and two quotes operator is used to check whether a cell is not empty. That means we're looking for text or numbers. And we're not looking for blanks. If we were looking for blanks, we may be able to incorporate just this, the less than and greater than. In this example, here's the layout. And this is exactly like the other tutorials, but keep in mind, these are all AND functions. Remember, we have this discrete logic thing. We have to filter, it means show B5 to D13. Let's just take a look here. We have to be in here. Here's our array, which is going to be B5, D13. Then we have all of these AND functions. We want to make sure for filter, it has to be an AND in this case. What's the include? It includes everything. And it means B13 is not empty. In other words, it's not an empty cell. It has to be empty. It's not one of these where you hit the space bar. Let's check. Let's check. I put these things together really quick, and I don't know if I put a space in here or not. We're not using F9. This is going to be a blank and a blank. I left them blank. So the question here is, here's a test. You see this bar? If it's in between, you can see it's closer to the F. If you look up here in font, if there's a space there, it's going to be closer to the O. The question is, how do we know if it's text or not? Because if there's a space there, it'll be read as text. We can see Daniel. Why don't we put a space? You see how it shows up? Because there's a space here under F9. There was already a space there. You can see how it's closer to O. It's hard to see. Hit backspace. Keep an eye on the bar. You notice how it's moved back. So now this row doesn't show up because it has to, here it has to not be empty. And this one is empty. If we hit a space bar, it's going to show up here as, there you go. So I'm going to back out, and I'm going to back out again because we know there's a space there. We're going to see it's just Daniel, Adam, Philip. Now be careful here. Well, Philip doesn't show up because it's empty. And Maya shouldn't show up either because it's empty. That's all we're doing here. In terms of the explanation, here it is. We have the multiplication, which is AND. You can find cells that are empty or blank. Okay. So the filter function is configured to extract data that has been filtered based on one or more criteria. In our case, we do not want blank cells. In terms of the internals, you know we can go in here, hit include. It's just going to give us ones and zeros. If we want to see the actual layout, just highlight the area of interest, hit F9, and you're going to see true, false, true. Why? Because that's blank. And then we can go over here and we can do the same thing. Again, F9. What we're going to do is we're going to look at F9, 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 and F9. This is a kind of a long tutorial, sorry. So you understand how this works. The filter function is going to look for trues. True, true, true. 1. Second, we have false, true. We'll stop right there. It's going to be a 0. True, true, true. That'll be added. So that's all Excel does. The filter function converts this over, F9. Here, converted all those trues and falses to 1s and 0s. If you look, the 1s are going to show up here, and the 0s are not. Where are the 0s? There's a 0. We have a true, and we have a false. Why? Because there's an empty cell. We have 3 trues and a false. Why? Because we have an empty cell. Read up on the right if you're confused. Brad Williams, Excel Prime. Thanks a lot.